Hello, everyone. Hello. Hey, dang it. Hey, Maddie. Let's just hop to it. Let's hop to it. I'm hoping we can get this game done this week. Maybe Thursday. I'm not sure how much longer we got, but maybe we can get this done by Thursday. Can't hear me? Wait. Wait, you can hear me, right? Right? You can? How was the frost? It wasn't frosty when it wasn't frosty when I went to work. I think dang it muted me. How was my second day at work? I am sore. I am so sore. I guess for having an office job for pretty much 11 years, it's not preparing me for being on my feet all day, going up and down ladders and carrying stuff. I've never had a beach body. So I wouldn't be able to get it back. Though I could lose some pounds, definitely. Yeah, this week's gonna be just so hard. I'm gonna have to like do nothing all weekend. Like, I got off of work, I came home, I ate, took a shower, and I didn't even want to make a video. I didn't make any videos today. But like I mentioned, my streams shouldn't really change at all, but my videos might. I mentioned this in an upcoming subsistence video where I might have some days where there's no videos. Because now that I got to drive back home and everything else, it doesn't give me as much time. Think I'll stick with it until retirement? Another 20 years? Doubt it. I don't know. Maybe they have other stuff that opens up. Who knows? Maybe if I just get used to it, then it won't be so bad. Because really, being on my feet all day, I mean, I used to work 12-hour shifts. Climbing up, I mean, it's not, most of the stuff is pretty light. So it's more or less just me not using any muscles, because all I did was get out of bed, take a shower, sit my ass right here. And I would sit here and work. As soon as I get done with work, if my wife's not working and she has time off, she can just sit in the living room or whatever. I would sit and make my videos. And then I would edit my videos. And then I would stream. So I didn't really move. So now that I gotta move and actually do stuff, my body is telling me no. Unless my channel can hit really big and I can quit. But yeah. I'm not counting on that. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. Okay, so we are landing on Euphrates 2. We just got done at the end of last stream. We had a big battle, giant ship that was in space. So we defeated that. Now we get to land on the planet. Now, Ulfar is requesting to come with us because it's one of his companion quests. So I think before we do anything, I'm gonna have to level him up. You like the smaller community? I do. Well, I don't mind the smaller community because in my mind, I don't know how people, when they have thousands of people, like, I couldn't pay attention to chat. Sometimes I get too focused on the game and I don't see the chat with the few people I do have. But I don't see how I'd barely get to read any of the chat. But I would like the money. So your boss was super mad, just wanted to cry and poop all day. Change your boss's diaper. My boss is my wife, but hopefully she's not crying and pooping all day. All right, so let's go. So, like I was mentioning, I'm hoping I could finish this game this week. We'll see. I have a feeling we're close to the end. I don't think there's a lot more, but some of these quests are long. Just, yeah, let's just go. All right, so we're landing on Euphrates 2. So, a general once said that the wars are fundamentally the same, and if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Grok shit. The general had not witnessed the events on Euphrates 2. No. I hope not either. She could sit in it. The rogue trader Mykillangelo von Valancius was the supreme commander in the battle. Man of iron will, unfaltering, unshakable. They haven't seen me, have they? I've served on his personal enforcer guard back then, just another cocky kid who thought he'd become an expert soldier. The Emperor was gracious to me. He gave me a chance to realize how wrong I was. Most of my comrades didn't get the chance like that. The shuttles would have blocked out the sun if one could see it through the smoke of the Malfactrum city on Sigma S13. At its heart stood the Machine Cathedral, our primary objective. Lord Captain showed us mercy by having the landing zone bombarded from orbit. All the shuttles carrying troops, and more importantly, precious vehicles, reached their destination. Daunted by our numbers, the enemy withdrew. At the perfect moment for a decisive attack at an armored vehicle force of that size, we had the upper hand. In the command center, the Lord Captain ordered his generals too. So we decided, because we had a choice to make, and I decided to not scorch earth it, but bomb places, certain places where there's a whole bunch of the enemy, so we can land. I could also have the choice of throwing all of our troops down there to be heavy casualties, or the scorched earth, and I figured I'll do the medium ground. Let's see. Or Imperium. Commence a rapid tank assault in accordance with the military doctrine Armored Wave, devised by Lord Militant Justus Win. Our negligible losses during the landing siege allowed us to have enough armored vehicles with decisive push against the enemy position. We began our advance. I'll never forget the roar of the tank. It treads, tearing the heretics' infantry into pieces, accompanied by the shrieks of laser guns, or laze guns, and the rubble heavy artillery and the deafening symphony of war. Nothing could stop us. We marched into the wake of the column armored beast, not turning to look at the mushroom clouds, climbing over the piles of enemies. How many enemy bodies are there? And of those our own, we had our orders. Pushing through the ruins of sacred workshops, we looked with awe upon machines that, up until that point, had remained forbidden to the eyes of laity. Those were places of incredible and frightening technology, void ship assembly halls, alchemical atriums, sacred arsenals, generators producing invisible fields, unsettling to the mind, and scriptoriums containing knowledge of horrors at best undiscovered. I failed the awareness. But the stern tech piece drove us forth with electrical prods, never letting us stop and explore the hallowed machines. Okay. At last, we reached the gates of Dock MU-514, the threshold of the metal nightmare of the Malfactrum Sigma S-13. However, the initial attempts to storm the dock shattered against the enemy's defenses. Magos Dominus Opticon 22 proposed a tech sabotage. He could send a small Skitarii units behind the enemy lines and have them subdue the spirits in the area defense systems. Thorvald, the fierce leader of the Space Wolves, proposed to send infiltrators beyond the walls to kill the enemy officers and weaken the dock's defenses. It's tech sabotage. It was part of the escort of one of the tech priest's crews that broke the dock carrying the sabotage mission. It is one thing to watch the technomat wave a sensor over a cogitator on the cargo deck, but it's another to observe a sacred ritual. I got the yawn. Sacred tech rituals be performed under the hail of bullets and carpet bombing. Their binaric prayers, decryption litanies, and blessed crypto purification viruses did their work. Every turret in the vicinity instantly turned on the traitors, and the dock filled with gunfire and screams. When fell silent, the gates opened before us. I haven't hit chapter 5 yet. I don't know. I don't know if we'll hit there tonight or not, but we might be getting close. That's my guess, at least. We've been a little while on chapter 4, so I'm assuming it has to be ending soon. Since I think chapter 2 was by far the largest one, so they're all a little shorter than that. It took us many days to break through the metal heart of the Malfactorum. On the third week of the assault, the vanguard was halted and swept away by a salvo of plasma macro cannons, scorning every cannon as sacred engineering, and heretics had placed a hull of unfinished void cruiser on treads several kilometers away. This leviathan of adamantine and plasteel barred the way. Logis Opticon 22 insisted that we retake the sacred machine for the vessel, and had been in the making for many decades. Its destruction would have meant great tragedy for the Imperium. It came to surprise to us all that Space Wolf Thorvald supported the Magos Dominus. After the Lord Captain had reconciled with him, the exploratory leader, Thorvald had tamed his pride, spoke in favor of the text priest, caused by liberating noble machines. Oh, God. This is all garbage. Holy cow. %22 chance. Well, we're going to have to try it. Everything else is, well, demolition, but I don't want to destroy it. Yeah, we failed. Having the sacred machine on our side would have given offensive a sizable edge. Our orders were to get a landing force and a cruiser's bridge to escort the Engineers to the main cogitator. Only the shuttle made it to the target. After losing many of its own to the superior enemy forces, the surviving unit had lost all hope regaining control of the ship's systems. But then, not a moment too soon, a squad of Space Wolves arrived to their rescue. The Emperor's indomitable warriors drove back the trembling heretics and gave the tech priests the precious time they needed to bring the machine spirits to the main cogitator to their senses. The cruiser was conquered. Slipping on pools of blood mixed with the sacred unguents, we made it to the machine cathedral, a gargantuan hall breathing with flames of thousands furnaces. The last bastion of the enemy army. It was where we must face the word bearers, betrayers of humanity, and unworthy sons of the Emperor. What could we mere humans possibly do to match the unholy bestial rage? The Lord Captain. The Lord Captain is going... Oh, God. I don't know if I want to destroy it. I don't know if I want to destroy everything, though. Oh, look, we're going to destroy the cathedral. Son of a... Command the closed ranks and direct all available forces against the word bearers. We're going to do it. We're going to see if we're going to pass this. There is no greater pleasure in war than to turn the enemy weapon against themselves. The Chaos Marines are stronger than any enemy of ordinary troops, but they cannot survive a direct hit from a macro cannon. The cruiser's weapons track their targets well, but no armor could protect them from shots like that. The Leviathan's threads rolled over the enemy defenses, decimating the contemptible word bearers and bringing us great triumph. That's when it came. Doomscream. An ancient and bloodthirsty hellbrood, mercilessly executioner forged of adamantine and ceramite. That single foe was repelling our assault one after another, turned hundreds of soldiers into bloody pulp. For as long as the abomination lived, we had no hope of reaching the heart of the enemy citadel. The dire-eyed Thorvald volunteered to track down and destroy the vile spawn, but fate had other things in store for him, as his brother, Space Wolves Pack, was to be the first to storm the Machine Cathedral, and thus Magos Dominus, Opticon 22, assembled a cohort of elite Skitari and said that he would locate and eliminate Doomscream. Soldiers were whispering that he was willing to activate the so-called Guaranteed Annihilation Protocol, a terrible and ominous rite that was lethal to the enemies of the Omnissiah, as it is his faithful servants. Upon arriving at the front lines, I questioned the survivors who had witnessed the ruin of Doomscreen had wrought. Those lucky enough to have escaped with their lives had little to tell us. They remembered a terrible howl hanging in the air, the death machine, possibly quick for its size, dismembering people in crumpling tanks of horrific manipulators. This enemy was ancient, devious, and utterly mad. The heretic's mind was clouded by rage and hatred. His body was bound with a prison of metal and mutated flesh. Upon arriving to the front lines, I getting him the suicide mission. Opticon 22 and his cohort and their armor painted with black chrome marched into the darkness of the manufactorum in silence. Hours later, we heard the chilling sound of combat, and then a flash erupted from the depths of the sacred workshop. The Emperor's angels charged forth and found Doomscreen, there crippled but still alive, and routed the fiend. The bloodied pincer ripped off by the devastating explosion presented the Lord Captain a trophy. The body of Opticon 22 was never found. It was disintegrated by the atomic charge he carried into battle. Such was the high price he gave the humiliating for he and his tech comrades inflicted upon the unholy champion of the heretics. We chanted the name of the brave warrior of the code in our prayers. At last we reached the Machine Cathedral. We saw a yawning lift shaft led behind a colossal land-gnawing drill that had burrowed for kilometers into the depths of the planet. There, deep below, lied the last hiding place of heretic leaders. Hundreds of grenades, accompanied by promises of a swift judgment, were hurled into the pit, such as our righteous anger. The planetary assault was a resounding success. The enemy forces were scattered and broken. A small fraction remained in the Machine Cathedral, but the rest either had been destroyed or were destined to meet the same inevitable fate soon. The Lord Captain's retinue and the Space Wolves band delved into the shaft, headed towards the heart of the Machine Cathedral. We watched them leave with the reverence of our eyes, and we were set upon a perimeter around the entrance. We knew the true outcome of the Battle of Euphrates II depends on them and the fate of theirs to decide. Daggos, alright. Alright, so we gotta have Ulfar. As soon as we land, I gotta level him up. So, no Pascal. Or, No, we're going to get rid of Argenta, do Pascal. Because he should have a bolter gun. But, yeah, before we even do anything, I got to level him up. Did you fit? No. Well, depends which book. I am reading this book. The Passage by Justin Cronin. Very good. Liking the book so far. Very big. Went to a local used book sale. Got 2 books for the costume. Oh, that's always nice. That is always nice. Ulan the Cruel. Urlan. I have read James Patterson books. I do like James Patterson. Giant clad in dark crimson armor in the middle of a sinister lit. Oh my god, Kunrad Voitvir. Same cannot be said about Kunrad, who stands still at his side. A 0% chance to know what the hell's going on. Sniff the stench that hangs in the air. I'm gonna smile at Voitvir. Your death will be a delightful addition to my triumph. You did me a favor by coming here. I would like to pass a few words to late Theodora. Will you kindly grant me a request? Well, I've only read a few books, and it's been a long time since I've read most of them, but London Bridges is really good. Very good. I just read that one last year. That was good. I know I've read more in the past. I like his books, and they're easy to read. They go by quick. But yeah, London Bridges is really good. Silence, you witless attempts to insult one another and interrupt my prayer to the true gods. So you're the one who is eager to meet me and your own demise. Rejoice, brother Twilight. Today, you have become the new rogue trader. Yes, master. I will rectify my mistake and reclaim what is stolen. Look at the machine. Machine, a massive tunneling shield. Mighty mechanism and gnaw through the underground rock bunker bulkheads. Okay. Corrupt servants of the Deus Machinus scuttles around the heretic, muttering twisted prayers. Okay, sorcerer, do you have a name, or should I just refer to you as the heretic? You know my name well. I am Urlan the Cruel, breaker of misbelievers, truth speaker, triumpher of faith, dark apostle of the blessed word-bearers legion. Deal and offer a prayer of gratitude for your death, not be a worthier name. I don't know if I have time to level him up. No more words. Let those who blaspheme against the true gods be forgiveness in vain, and let the lips be sealed, and their hands severed, and their souls be reaped and scourged. Oh, shoot. Don't, no combat. No, please, no combat. I don't think I'm going to get my level up. He's going to be like 20 levels behind. Glorious fight awaits. Take heed with the silver-tongued traitor, for he is old, sly, and strong. But by the Allfather of the wolves will spill the rivers of his blood today. You have encountered him before? No, or anyone else's head would still be hanging around his neck. But my pack has had plenty about his strength, ignominious misdoings. One of the evidence of his malfactions all across the Cronus expanse, like to bear the tracks upon fresh snow. We stalked him, took chance to clamp our jaws around his throat. Around the craven knows knows well how to hide behind the backs of heretical lackeys. I'll deal with him. You're a brave one. You're not easily deterred. Good. I'll find a way to reach to the tunneling platform while we give this mangy sorcerer something to worry about. Hildebrandt, you stick with the original plan. Take 2 brothers and go after Doomscream. I want to take the unholy tin can from the holds of this traitorous brain back to Fenris. Good hunting. We won't fail you. Proud tread the hunter's grim. I'll chase the beast of steel and blood fangs bared sharp, thirst of prey. Let glory cloak their almighty gate. Doomscream. He hides in his den. Step aside, Hildebrandt. I will be the one to slay it. I will claim the quarry for the baleful howl. Or what is a Doomscream? An old and vicious heretic, a hellbrute, whose vein boils with poisonous rage and savagery. His mind and body have been so warped with ruinous powers that his very existence is the affront to the Allfather's warriors. Tread lightly when facing him, young brother. Yes, the beast is mad and hideous, but he is withal mighty, old, and graced with the arch-enemy's profane patronage. His hateful sermons abound with malfictions, and the weapon claimed the lives of hundreds during the assault. We grievously wounded him, true, but we haven't seen the last of this foe. My heart has little respect for Opticon 22, but he fought Doomscream with honor and fell with courage. A worthy fighter he was. His killer must pay the bloody toll. So if Ulthar kills Doomscream, will that prove the baleful howl lives? If it comes to pass, it'll be the first to raise a cup to the proud name of the ferocious pack. Let's hunt the beast. Do you seek to best me in hunting, Ulfar Everlost? None are faster or deadlier than the Stormbiters. We will see, young wolf. We'll see. Luck be with you. Halder Roos. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. So we gotta destroy the Hellscream. Alright, Ulfar. Yeah, we got a lot of levels. I may have to look up a build. Do you have any weapons, Ulfar? You got yourself a bolter and a knife. Can you hold anything else? When the wearer attacks a target with a ranged weapon in a 1-cell range, about that. When the wearer kills an enemy and scores a critical hit, they gain 2 movement points for the next turn. Whenever wearer hits with a ranged weapon with a I mean, he's gonna have to be up front. Only the wearer's combat tactics. What are you? I'm assuming soldier. Warrior Vanguard. So he is tank. So he's gonna have to tank everything. Let me see if I can find a build. Or we'll try to get through this quick. I'm not gonna put too much into it because really I probably should have. I would have to probably reset him. All right, so okay.